is something that we can and must change. There is a reason why the Northwest Arkansas Board of Realtors has decided to support my campaign and my candidacy, and not the candidacy of my opponent, whom they have watched for 4 years and have decided that they're not comfortable with her ideas about business and private property rights. So that's what I would do, is I would make Fayetteville actually business friendly, and I'd start by using common sense.
Well, that's a nice segue into my next question. We're going to start with you, Mr. Mann. Because the City Council is a partner with the mayor, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked the mayoral candidates. Because business development is a key issue in the city, would you please discuss your strategy to bring businesses to Fayetteville, and what type of industry would you target?
Well, first of all, I happen to be an advocate for free markets. So I believe that if we make Fayetteville an attractive place to do business, an inviting place to do business, a rational place to do business, that they will come to us. We have to be a magnet, because the fact of the matter is that we are competing in the most efficient, in the most successful area of Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas is where the action is. We've got to get them to come here and not go to Springdale or Bentonville or Rogers. And so I would just make sure that we take away the impediments to doing business in Fayetteville. Folks, this is not rhetoric, it's reality. The fact of the matter is that people are not coming here to do business as they should be. We have a great workforce. We have a university that's turning out quality people, and yet we have a reputation, and it's real, for being the worst place in Northwest Arkansas to do business. That's just something we have to deal with.
Please discuss your strategy to help bring businesses to Fayetteville, and what types of industry would you target?
Well, when I was first elected to the City Council, we did not have an economic development plan in place that I felt was doing a good job. So I was a strong advocate for developing the Fayetteville First plan, collaborate, innovate, and create. And what we did was we brought in Boyette and Associates, a well-respected strategic advisor, to interview our citizens and find out what a healthy economy looked like to them and what their needs were. And we identified some great areas to focus on. Arts and culture, to enhance the arts and cultural environment, with the idea that by attracting the best and brightest and offering a high quality of life, that good employers will come here because of our workforce. We've talked about focusing business retention and attraction, and again, that's taking care of our local businesses that are already in existence. Developing our education and workforce, which we've done a great job with our university, but we need to retain those graduates. And one of the great ways that we can do that is by supporting entrepreneurs and working with these recent graduates to create companies, because I believe that in order to create a community where we have a lot of local independent businesses that do good by our community, that don't destroy our environment, we need to grow those jobs ourselves. And so we're working with Startup Junkie to help support local entrepreneurs. And then we're also going to focus on marketing and communications, and communicating about what a great city we are. You know, all of our awards that we've been winning about how we're the #1 affordable place and the #3 best city to live and the startup capital of the South. We're going to use those as well as our environmental metrics and our high standards to recruit the best companies that we can recruit. And those are going to be the ones that pay living wage jobs or wages so that our workforce has buying power, and that do not destroy our environment. Because, you know, we do sit on 2 watersheds, and it is really important that we don't pollute our water.
So The new economic development plan that we have, that was something that I suggested at an economic development review meeting. Alderwoman Marsh was one of the first and the strongest advocates for that, but pretty quickly, I think because it's just a solid idea, the rest of the council and the administration got behind it, and now we've passed that and we're implementing it. So for the first time ever, next year we will have a staff member dedicated to economic development, which by the way is a model that places like Fayetteville do. We have now 2 outreach and retention contracts, both with Startup Junkie that's been mentioned and still with the Chamber for traditional economic development. Now, all this is just infrastructure, and it really doesn't matter if you're not getting results. So let's talk about results. Number 1, don't believe anybody who tells you it's impossible to do business here. I mean, you may not like it, and I certainly see some problems with it, but just as a counterexample, there have been 8,000 new multifamily bedrooms built in the last 4 or 5 years, creating some tremendous pressures, but I think it's a tremendous counterexample. For the first time since I've lived in Fayetteville in my 14 years, there is new development, not student housing, on Block Street, okay? People can do it, it can happen. It's not perfect, there are some things that we need to change, but don't buy into the hype. So the most important thing that I think is happening with regards to economic development is the Innovation District, which is developing around the square and around the UNMS campus on Norfolk College. Right now we have a venture fund on the square. By the way, there's no other venture fund in Northwest Arkansas. There's one that's a little bit smaller in Little Rock. Benton County doesn't have one. Bentonville doesn't have a venture fund. They want to be on the square. Go talk to them and they will tell you why. Why? Because they get to see people that they work with every day just by walking across the street or walking down to campus or walking up to the UAMS campus. They need to have those kinds of creative collisions, and they have to be convenient for them to locate somewhere, and they love it here for that reason. So the Innovation District, I think, is going to be huge, especially as we start to rebuild our infrastructure that links downtown to midtown, where those places already are.
Sarah, I also started a new business 6 days ago. We are a construction firm called Micro Missions. We deal primarily in building structures for food and housing insecure individuals here in town. Pretty easy, at least for me. To answer your question, the thing I see the biggest need for is housing. Housing development jobs. It seems like the easy option. Right now we're at a 98.3% occupancy rate in town. We are growing incredibly quickly, and we need somewhere for these people to live. I think solving these housing problems through multi-use and infill development is the way we move Fayetteville forward, making a walkable community and making individual communities throughout town. I mean, the Innovation District is a perfect example, but we shouldn't just have one district. We should have many districts, and industrial and agricultural. We should be branching out. Thanks.
Well, I've heard a lot of good suggestions this evening, and it makes me ponder, think a lot more about myself and my role that I might play in the city. One of the things I think is extremely important with Fayetteville, and I think this is a key to our economic development, is that we try to bring in good businesses, of course, but we also nurture small business. And I think small business and independent business is going to play a huge factor in our economic growth as time goes by. In particular, in Ward 3, we have a large area of older commercial along North College Avenue from Township to all the way to Springdale. And those areas are prime for either rehabilitation of facilities there, redoing them completely, such as what happened with Whole Foods, which is now a great source of income for our city and a destination for lots of people to go to. So I think we could redo a lot of our structures on College Avenue, maybe get rid of a lot of the parking lots that we have, and make that land a little more viable. If people want to start a small business, I want to encourage them and give them all the assistance that the city can. I think that our connection with the university is also very important because they have the Business Development Center at the U of A. They have the Genesis facility in South Fayetteville, and they do a lot to bring new business and educated workforce into our area. We also, that university brings in a lot of opportunities for retail and restaurants and that sort of thing as well. But we do want people working here to make a living wage. Everybody can't work for minimum wage. That's not what we want. We want people working here that can invest in our community and enjoy all the things that we have here. So thank you very much.
I'm going to try to fit as much in 2 minutes as I possibly can, okay? Okay.
Hold it to your mouth.
Oh, okay. Hey, now I can hear me. Thank you. I'm the only person running for city council that has experienced our city government from both the applicant side and as a planning commissioner. Okay, and I've been in the development and house building. First, I'm a licensed realtor, licensed residential builder, licensed commercial builder. And so I saw all the issues during the boom, and I saw all the issues after the crash. And so the reality is this, okay? People are not saying that it's impossible to do business in Fayetteville, like Alderman Petty mentioned a moment ago. What people are saying is it is not profitable, and it's taxing, and it's not worth it, okay? And so the next thing you know, they have gone to another area where they are more welcome, okay? What has happened is before the crash, during the boom, all these projects were coming through, and we were all growing like geniuses, okay? And we ran into problems. We ran into issues. Like, we need to make a note of this. We need to fix this, fix this, fix this, and fix this. Then after the crash, we all had plenty of time to go back and start fixing things. And unfortunately, our city is like a box of marbles. You tip it one way, and all the marbles go that way. You tip it the other way, and all the marbles go that way. And what we've done is we've over-regulated. We all say we need more affordable housing. We need more affordable housing. But every time we turn around, we pass some kind of a code that makes it more costly to build a house in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And 2 minutes is way too short a time, but I could probably name 10 of those codes. And I can name those because I saw them as a developer. I've seen them as a developer. I've seen them on the plan as being a planning commissioner and had to deal with those. Okay? Most of our income produced in this city, the vast majority of our income produced in the city is right up here in Ward 3 in our commercial district. Okay? We've done a really good job spending our money downtown on North College, between downtown and North Street, or what have you. And we're still working on that, and I applaud the city council for that. We'll continue to work on it. I think it's great. Okay? It's time to start spending some of that money on Uptown. We talk about North College and how bad it looks. We've been talking about North College for 20 years and how to improve it. It's time to start working on improving it. If you improve North College, all these dilapidated buildings everybody's talking about, people will reinvest in North College. They want to have businesses in Fayetteville. Fayetteville's fun. But Fayetteville, I mean, the character of Fayetteville is one reason Procter & Gamble located right up here in Ward 3. Okay? We need to produce good paying jobs. If we make Fayetteville inviting to businesses, those businesses will locate. We've got a lot of room, a lot of vacant land up here in Ward 3 where we can locate those businesses. They will build buildings to move into. Our property tax revenues will go up. Jobs will be created. Our sales tax revenues will go up. We need, like I said, we need to broaden the tax base. And one of the things we have to work on, and I'm going to applaud Alderman Petty, because I've seen it in the planning commission, we have started to work on revamping some of our antiquated codes. Okay? We need to do a lot of that. We've got a lot of codes on the books that need, I see the stop thing, sorry about that. That need work. Thank you.
It's really great growing glass because you get all the best answers. You know, I kind of a personal hobby of mine. I'd like to think I'm an amateur chef. I like to cook. I love cooking shows and learning how to cook. And so I'd love to see more different restaurants, cuisines, and things like that in town. Being a college town in Fayetteville, you know, millennials and young people want their lives to matter and they want to give back. And that's why you see businesses like Tacos for Life do so well. Not only is it good food, but man, they're giving food to people who need food. Cobblestone Farms out in Ward 4 they grow organic produce that you can purchase, but then they, out of their abundance, they give and support local food shelters. I think businesses like that in Fayetteville are incredible. And I want to see more of that grown, but I agree with some of the statements here tonight that it's over-regulated. And I want to see young, passionate people create businesses like that and give back to their community. But if we over-regulate businesses in Fayetteville, it's not going to happen. And so we can say we want different types of businesses, but and create an economic train. But if we're putting roadblocks in the way, it's not going to happen. And so that's what I think.
Okay, it is now time for our candidates to give their 1 minute closing statement. And we do want to be diligent with time. We're running a few minutes over, but I think everybody be patient and listen to, and we'll be here to listen to your statement. So 1 minute.
1 minute. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. Thank you for putting on this debate. I want to thank our moderator. Also, the number, what is your name?
Julia.
Julie's done a great job, y'all. Just to see her putting the signs up. Great. I want to thank y'all for being here. I'm excited to be a part of this and run a good race and make Fayetteville a better place. And one of my personal motto to do that is I made stickers that say "God bless Fayetteville," and that's what I feel. I think Fayetteville is a great place. I think it's blessed by God. I think there's great people here and great things happening here, and I want to see it continue. I want to see people continue to be a part of this city, and I want to allow the growth and expansion to happen. Fayetteville is a great place, and I don't think we should keep it all to ourselves. I think we should allow other people to enjoy it as well. If you're a resident of Ward 4 here tonight, I'd love to meet you. I'll be around afterwards, and if you would like one of these stickers, I'd love to give you one afterwards. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I believe the city council has enough academics, okay? I think it's time that we have a business person on the city council, somebody that's actually created budgets, managed budgets, and to live by those budgets. I think we need somebody that has actually built a street, knows how to build a street, knows what it should cost and how long it should take to build it. And that's who I am. I love Fayetteville. Born and raised here, lived here all my life. Keep Fayetteville funky. I'm all about that. You know, and I guess my motto is I want to bring business and community together in a way that's uniquely Fayetteville. Okay? While maintaining the character and the landscape of our city. It can be done. We can be a great place to live. We can be a great place to do business. But we've got a lot of work to do. And if that's your vision as well, please vote for me November 8th, Tracy Hoskins, City Council Ward 3.
Again, I'm Sarah Bunch, and I'm running for City Council in Ward 3. And I too am a business person. I too have been to the Planning Commission and been on both sides of the aisle. And I want my dream for Fayetteville is that this can continue to be a city where people can live. That means housing, that means affordable housing, that means good schools, and have a safe environment, good neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods. I want people to be able to work here. So that means that everyone doesn't have to drive to Bentonville or Rogers for their job. That they can have a job or start up a business here and employ people here and pay into our tax base here. And I want our city to be the kind of place where people enjoy their after hours, where they can play, where we have a good entertainment district, where we have safe and magnificent parks and trails where people come and enjoy time with their families. And that also brings people in as tourists and their dollars as well. So that's my dream for Fayetteville, where we can live here, work here, and play here. And I want your vote in November, and I thank you very much for your time.
My name is Ben Harrison, and I'm running for City Council in Ward 3. We talked a lot about a lot of issues tonight. Sarah brought up one issue that's near and dear to my heart, and I don't think we hit on it enough, so I'm going to take my minute to talk about it. We have a real food insecurity problem in Northwest Arkansas. A fourth of all adults and a third of all children are food insecure. It's a lot of kids going to bed hungry. A lot of people not knowing where their next meal is going to come from. We have an opportunity to solve that, but more than that, we have a responsibility. This is a problem that plagues the nation. And we have a responsibility as Fayetteville to show the rest of the world how to stop food insecurity. Fayetteville leads. We've led on a lot of issues and will continue to lead on a lot of issues. We've picked a lot of fights that needed to be fought. I think food and housing insecurity is our next fight. Thank you very much. My name is Ben Harrison. I'll see you guys in November.
Well, again, thank you for being here tonight, for hosting us, and to the association for organizing this. Again, I want to underscore that it's important for you to separate the signal from the noise and go after the facts and don't believe the hype, because I think there's a lot of noise this campaign season at every level, including at the local level. And I think if there's one thing that's our own responsibility is to find the facts and dig in and really understand what our vote means. So I hope that you'll do that. I know that this crowd is more likely to do that than just about anybody else. We've dwelled a lot on being business friendly, and really I think that's meant tonight, real estate friendly. So it's obvious we're very friendly to business, so please don't be confused by that. What I want to do is I want to keep doing what I have been doing, and I think if you want to replace somebody on the city council, I wish my opponent had been here for you to hear from him. You need to make a strong case for why the leadership needs to change. In my 8 years, I've written ordinances to allow food trucks, advocated for an economic development plan, helped write and helped pass the civil rights ordinance. I advocated for the recycling plan. I've written grants totaling more than $350,000 for the city. Personally written those. I personally negotiated 2 trail connections for Midtown and got our transportation master plan funded. So whenever you look at candidates, not just in my race, please select somebody that is solutions focused, not frustrations focused. See you on November 8th.
My name is Sarah Marsh, and I'm a 16-year resident of Fayetteville. I graduated from Fayetteville High School. I have a professional degree of architecture from the University of Arkansas, and I'm certified as a leadership in energy and environmental design accredited professional through the U.S. Green Building Council with a specialty in building design and construction. My background is in high-performance building design. That's buildings that use less energy and water, that prioritize local materials, that create healthy indoor environments, and that recycle 95% or more of their waste. I know infrastructure and planning. I know energy, water, and waste. And I'm up to date on the latest best management practices in community design and transportation planning. In fact, Fayetteville Earth Day named me the best green collaborator. I have the relevant education and expertise to help run this city, because essentially the city council, we are a board of directors for the city of Fayetteville with a $150 million operating budget, which for the last 4 years that I've been on the council has been a balanced budget. I was also named Community Hero by the Northwest Arkansas Black Democratic Caucus, so you know I will work for everyone in this community. And I'm also a blue-haired cat lady because I'm keeping Fayetteville funky. So if you like the trajectory that Fayetteville is on, please re-elect me and the rest of the incumbents on November 8th. Thank you.
My name once again is Paul Phantom. I am running for Alderman in Ward 1. And I love Fayetteville. I'm happy to be here. I want it to be the kind of place that it is 50 years from now, when my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren are my age. It's amazing that the city council has been making plans for the city of Fayetteville based on an unbelievable misconception, because Commissioner Hoskins has it right. Our problem in Fayetteville is that we're not competitive. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but U.S. News and World Report did not say that Fayetteville, Arkansas, the city, was the number 3 place to live in the United States. It said the Fayetteville, Arkansas MSA was the number 3 place to live in Arkansas. That means Metropolitan Statistical Area. There are 4 cities in the Fayetteville, Arkansas MSA. Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, and hang on. What am I having? Who's that guy that had that blank moment? Fayetteville, thank you. So those 4 cities are in the Fayetteville MSA. If we're making plans thinking that we're not competing with them and that we're number 1, we're on the wrong track. because we're chasing the business that is coming to the Fayetteville, Arkansas MSA, to Bentonville, Springdale, and Rogers. And that is what those of us who have a different vision for Fayetteville are bringing to this table, and why we need your vote.
Okay, thank you so much. On behalf of the AAW and the Northwest Arkansas Area Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, we want to thank all of our guests and participants. And we want to also encourage you to continue to attend forums. If your questions were not answered tonight, please continue to attend community forums. Several of our candidates will also stay around for a few moments, so you will have opportunity to engage with them as well on a one-to-one level. And please, please, please partake of the refreshments. Thank you. Have a safe and wonderful evening.